why there's a mute button.
Okay. All righty. Good morning, folks. It is Tuesday, October 3rd. We're calling the order at 8:03. Roll call. I believe the only two members that are not here this morning are Mr. Safarjan and Peyton Lackey. Correct? Yes. Okay. Moving on to item number 2, we are going to be open to public comment. Yes. Good morning. State your name and who you're with.
All right. I'm Brenda Deason, and I'm here with Hope Kingsburg. We have been hosting a blood drive every 8 weeks. They started out, I think our first one we had 7 donors, and the most recent one we had 25 people show up. And we're going to be increasing, or the blood bank is going to be increasing to a larger vehicle, and hoping for 36 at the next one on November 13th. One thing about the blood drives is they give out coupons to everyone who shows up, whether you're able to donate or not. And they're all for, I go to Visalia, but they're all Visalia, or if you go to Fresno, or the ones on the bus, they're all for Fresno. And I would really like for our blood drive to be local, and for the coupons to be local. And they don't have to, I mean, some of them are like really good stuff, but I never use them because I'm local. So if anybody would like to be part of the coupon pack, I would say make at least 40 copies of whatever. It could be like a gift, a small item, come pick this up, thank you for donating, or it could be a coupon, % off. It's completely open. There's no rules. You just need to make about 40 copies. They shouldn't be bigger than a half sheet. And either drop them off at the Hope Kingsburg office, or I work here in town at the Revival Center office between Pepe's and Model Drug. You can drop them off with me here or over at the church office, and we'll put them together and make sure everybody who shows up gets one. These are just some I've collected. I can leave them if anybody wants to look at them.
Okay.
And,
are they within our district? That they could.
Well, the Revival Center.
The Revival Center.
Yeah, that's true.
Because and this is part of our mission here, is to help our churches within our district promote their programs that they have going on.
Uh-huh.
So as a member of the district through Revival Center, and they could endorse that as well, that you can create I don't know if you guys have a social media presence, but you can create a post and you can send it to Quinn, our media manager, and they can post that, and then your event is being seen by that many more people.
Oh, okay.
You've already paid to be a member of the bid, so there's no additional cost to you to do that, and it's just another tool to get people in, even through Revival Center, even though they don't conduct business in town, but it would just be free education for them as well.
Okay, yeah, we haven't done a ton of advertising because we've maxed out the bus every time, but we're increasing, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
And we really, like I said, we really want it to be a community event, not a church event, and so that's why we're trying to involve community members. So, all right.
When would you, you said the next one is November 13th?
Yeah.
When would you need them by?
Well, as long as we have them by that morning, we'll just put them together and put a staple on them. Okay. So, don't put it off till then. But, but as long as we have them before the bus pulls up, we can, if they're at the church. If they're here, I'm not there. But, that's a Monday, so maybe the Friday before would be good.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you looking to promote this to get more donors?
We are increasing it a bit, just because it's been so strong that, they're, and the last time they came, they were really happy because they got a lot of rare types, and, we're Kingsburg, of course we're going to be all.
Because I'm just going to, before your next drive, on the first week in November, we have a holiday kickoff, and if you guys had a booth out in front of Revival Center within our district, you could educate more people on that, and advertise for that, and you could possibly say for local folks that there will be local businesses endorsing it.
I miss that pretty much every year because we have our annual retreat that weekend.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But
maybe you can find a volunteer.
What's that?
Maybe you can find a volunteer.
Find someone who will do it. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much. I'll just leave these here if anybody wants to.
Great.
I noticed I had some pretty good ones I'm going to hang on to, but it should be enough. All right, thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you so much.
Thank you, we'll spread the word.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, that portion of our meeting is closed. Moving on to item number 3, reports from board members. That would be me. Okay. There's several things going on, and Amanda knows a little bit about what's been going on. We'll start at the top. Number 1, Christmas trees are in the warehouse, ready to be opened and fluffed before installation. A few lights have shown up. The rest of the lights are due in, I think, by the 15th of September is what my shipping dates were saying. We need to talk about installation of these, and I do have some reimbursement things for you as well. We need to talk about installation of these trees. I personally have a wedding every weekend, and I have home installations every weekend on Sunday. My Saturdays and Sundays are gone until middle of December. These have to be in by December 1? No, November 24th, correct? Is that Yule Grons? November 24th, is that Yule Grons, the day after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, and Black Friday, yeah.
The Friday after, is that the 24th of November this year?
Yes.
Yeah. So these all have to be in and set by that day if we're going to have that done. If you are real ambitious and you want them in before open house, that would be, they have to be in by November 3rd. So in the past, Lauren and Amanda volunteered to decorate. Is that still on the table? The city will set them, or are you guys still?
I think it's gonna take more than just the two of
I
us.
think we need a team
Yeah.
of volunteers together.
Steve and I did them in the past.
I will volunteer
Yeah.
some of my time, but I have 2 kids at home too, so I've got a limited amount of time with the business as well. But I guess we'll get together and see what it takes to. How many days did it take you guys for?
1.
1 day. Okay.
One long 12-hour day.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they're set and the lights are on them and everything, we can go around and plug them in.
Okay.
My guys can plug them all in, make sure they work.
Trying to communicate with Public Works if it's a different day than what they're used to, because, they have a schedule that they go by.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna change.
What day are they used to? Like, what would that be? What's that timeline?
They usually put them out Veterans Day weekend, that week of, depending on how it lands.
Okay, and it's on a
About
Friday.
when they're doing it. Because they'll throw the trees out there and then they'll start putting up the big tree.
Mhm.
And it takes them about 3 or 4 days to put that one up. And
Okay.
so that it's ready before the week of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I can help between 5:30 in the morning and 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I'd say the more important thing is if we're shooting for Friday, to have them set up, they need to be set up a week before that. So that we have time to troubleshoot any issues too, because we also have to make sure the electrical is all working, and that's hard to do unless the tree's there.
Yeah, and nobody's going to be able to help the week of Thanksgiving. Everybody's slammed. So if they were on the corners by the 10th of November, that would be amazing. Who do we contact in that? Just call Public Works?
Yeah, I could, the 10th of November,
Mm-hmm.
I'll email right now so I don't forget.
So ideally, you want them set up and plugged in first to make sure everything works before we start decorating them, right? That way, if there's any
Yeah, if they're all,
troubleshooting
if
issues.
the tree's set up with all the lights on it, then we can start plugging them in, and once they're plugged in, you can decorate.
That's what takes the most time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They are pre-lit trees with white lights.
Okay. That sounds nice.
Oh, they're pre-lit.
They're pre-lit trees with white lights, but those are not the dancing lights.
So we need to.
So there's the
lights on.
other lights, the bigger lights that we put on that do the dancing.
Okay.
And they are single color strands, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
I can buy multiple.
No, we want to be single color.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah.
The decor for them.
What do you want?
Have that? Do we?
What do you
have to
guys want?
order
Because it was indicated that you did not like the netting, so, I haven't
I
bought
guess we
anything.
need to sit down and see what we
Okay.
Okay.
You know, let me know because Christmas supplies are dwindling.
Okay,
If you want them wholesale, which we do,
yeah.
I need to know quickly. I'm gonna tell you to make it as simple and as large as possible.
Yeah.
You do not want to hang 3,000 balls on trees. You will be done.
Totally.
And
So-
they won't survive either. First
And
time
everything that
storm.
we buy goes in the trash afterwards. It
Yeah.
just, yeah.
It's outside in the weather
Exposed,
for
yeah.
2 months, it doesn't survive.
No. These trees are multiple needles, 2 different kinds or 3 different kinds of needles, and they are geared more towards outdoor than indoor. We went to LA and bought them, and then Steve went down and picked them up to save us $700 in shipping from here to LA. So he went down and did that last week, picked them all up, and they're in his warehouse right now. So that's update on trees. Item number 2 on my list is Quinn sent Amanda and I a flyer for rock hunt, scarecrow contest, and window contest. I really believe that it is October 2nd and everybody has their fall windows set. So I don't know that we should do a fall window contest. We could do a Christmas window contest if you guys want to. So we would change that off of the flyer.
I think also coming up here really soon is that rivalry week where they do the spirit contest anyways with the high school. So we could just make that
Yeah,
this quarter's window
yeah.
contest.
Do you want to do scarecrow?
I don't know. I wasn't here for that initial discussion.
So
I'm good with whatever.
we've done
you
it in the
guys
past where everybody does a scarecrow and there's a and so there's scarecrows all over, and you kind of like lean towards your business or whatever.
Okay.
Bella has a scarecrow bride in their window.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
it's
so if
like
we want to
themed
do
towards
that
you.
for this quarter, and then Steve also the rock hunt. We just need to decide when we want to do that. Steve painted 50 rocks, I think, and he will hide them downtown, and then he is going to sponsor, RPS is going to sponsor, I think he's upped it to $10, I'm not sure, $5 or $10 gift cards that would be used within the district. We do need to print a flyer to alert folks in our district that this is going on, and a small box. If you do not wish to receive $10 gift certificate, please let us know. So we'll give them and he said we would give them a list. I can't imagine anybody not, but you still need to
Opt in, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he was telling me you would the customer comes and gives you this gift certificate.
Right.
Redeems it with you. Then you would take it down to RPS and exchange it for cash if that's what you wanted to do, because they're sponsoring it.
Right.
So there's really no cost to the merchants because RPS is the sponsor. Unless, for me, I probably would not worry about that. I wouldn't take it down there. But if I had a huge stack, maybe I would, It's just, so I feel like it should be an easy opt-in.
Mm-hmm. It should be.
And every business has to opt in.
No, they don't have to.
Oh, you don't have to opt in.
That's
But
why
they
we're going
don't
to give them,
want them.
yeah,
Yeah,
if
they
if
don't.
for some
They have to
reason
say
you
they want
don't
to.
want to,
Or I guess
I would
opt
make an
out.
option.
Just
If you'd
say
like to
opt
opt out, let us
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
Okay, so the rocks are ready to go. We just need a start date, and how long does that have to run? You think if there's only 50 rocks, are they gonna run down and do it in a week's time?
I think we should do it, if we're gonna do a week or whatever, leading up to our holiday kickoff, so that you're just buzzing downtown another way. As opposed to next week, do it a little bit.
So you wanna start on the 24th?
Something like that.
Oh, wait, no, hold on, that's not the right
Well, we
one.
do have downtown trick or treating on the 31st, so probably before then.
The 23rd?
Yeah, Monday to Monday or something.
So the 23rd to the 30th?
Works for me if that, so you maybe run those by Steve, what if he
He won't care.
Okay.
I don't even know if he's in town that week. 23rd to the 30th, rock hunt. And then Spirit, that is the first weekend, but isn't the Selma game the first weekend,
I don't know the date.
November?
I don't wanna say for sure, I saw a special event form come through, I didn't look too closely at it, but it might be the Friday before Halloween.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think anyone has an easy way to look at.
I'll look at see if I can find it.
Should we just do the rock hunt the 23rd until all rocks are found?
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah,
Okay. Just starting kicking off.
on the 23rd, okay. The Selma game is usually the first Friday in,
It's Friday the 27th,
the 27th.
October 27th, yeah.
And it's a pink out game, but that's the rivalry rally day. They're gonna do that again. Okay.
Okay. And we're having a downtown pep rally?
Yes.
27th, week of,
I think this might be a good time with the flyer, and like, if we have a list of upcoming stuff like this, like, I could mail something to everyone that
Okay.
has,
Okay.
because I don't have everyone's email, and Quinn doesn't have everyone's email, so we could mail something out so they have this information, and on it, like, hey, send me your email address to,
okay.
so we updated throughout. the
That's a good
year.
idea. Okay.
Okay.
Because I have the flyer kind of in rough draft. Just need to add these fall dates, the ones that aren't recurring every year. So I think, and then he has an announcement for the events. Mine's just like a save the date, like Yule Ground Fest and Small Business Saturday, holiday kickoff, downtown trick or treating.
Yeah, I
Because
think something like
sometimes businesses are like, I didn't even know, but
If you didn't do
yeah.
it last year.
yeah. But this year it's on Halloween because Halloween's during the week, so it's not hard to know when it'll be. Oh, and Veterans Day, there's a Veterans Day breakfast downtown.
It's at the senior center.
Okay.
On Veterans Day.
Okay, which is the Saturday, the 11th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so 23rd Rock Hunt, Rivalry and Downtown Pep Rally, the week of the 27th. Amanda has a save the date for the upcoming fall events. Okay, let's talk holiday kickoff. Are we gonna have set hours? Like unified set hours? What do you guys wanna do?
I like that idea because then no matter when someone pulls up and walks downtown, everybody will be open.
What time you wanna open?
Or at least, I guess, the merchants would be open. What did we do last time?
Do you wanna do 9, 10? 9, I usually have women walking in the door.
Yeah, we were always open at 9, and I think
9
June,
to
you're open
7?
at 9, right?
Mhm.
June, what time do you open at?
June, what time do you usually open?
9.
9,
So I
okay.
think we're all 9,
Okay, 9 to 7, 9 to 6?
9 to 6. Whatever you think.
Okay. I requested a trolley, we just need to pay for it.
Okay. I'll get with
Adam, yeah, because I just didn't offer me the option not to pay for it with you. I should just call you and get the credit card number when I'm online.
Yeah, I'll see.
Ding ding.
Since it's all internal anyway, I'll check with Adam.
Okay,
Daniel already emailed me back and says that they can have them up by 11:10.
they can?
Uh-huh.
Awesome,
Okay.
awesome. Anything else we need to do for holiday kickoff?
In the past, we did collective raffles. It was a big undertaking, but do we want to do some kind of a group incentive to purchase or shop with multiple merchants? Anything like that? Or do we just suggest everyone goes everywhere? like a bingo card type thing or anything like that. Last time we did the tickets, and they were going door to door to door to get more entries. So that was pretty like successful.
Was that the basket?
Yeah, the basket. So that was 2 years ago. Yeah. Because I think I made 1,000 tickets and we needed more, so we were like printing more in the back, cutting them out real quick. So I mean, it was a pretty good turnout for that. The only thing was the baskets were just kind of a lot to do, but the ticket part is cool and easy.
If you gather all the stuff, I'll make the baskets, no big deal.
Okay, we could do that.
I have baskets, I have,
Okay.
so that's not any big deal.
Okay.
I'll donate.
Yeah, and I think it looked nice to have baskets full of a variety of merchants and
I'll help you
businesses.
select the stuff.
Okay, so you guys want to do that?
Yeah.
And I think it brings more people down. People like a giveaway, so who doesn't?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, so holiday kickoff 9 to 6, giveaways. In the past we put live music, but I think it ended up being just kind of like the overhead holiday music. And then, actually we just put music. And then trolley rides, we advertise trolley. If we want to keep that on there. We had a photo op last year. Do we want to do that again?
Totally up to you guys.
Do we still have the same
We have the
photo
backdrop.
board? The backdrop? Well, we might as well use it.
Okay.
I do feel like it did not get used last year, though.
What
Yeah,
was-
we didn't get any tags on social media. Just you guys, which was cute, setting it up, but we didn't have shoppers use it. But they also won't use it if we don't put it out, so I don't know, it could go either way, whatever you guys think.
I don't really,
How about tag us in the backdrop for an additional entry in the giveaway? Sometimes that,
That would be good.
like a freebie bonus entry.
Yeah, I feel like we can brainstorm on that. If we come up with a better idea, maybe we'll
Advertising.
propose it. And if not, then I think we set it up and do an extra entry.
Well, I feel like with social, we've got a good audience right now. Everybody's really engaged, so they're paying attention differently than they ever have in the past. So maybe we'll have a different.
what if we move it to over here by the Orange Dollar?
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
to-
Except for
different
there's
spot.
not really retail in that.
But that's a. I know there's like a gap right there of, but then you have the pretty pedestrian walkway, right? So that's cute.
Well, we can brainstorm.
Okay.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
You could even do a little, oh, I can't volunteer for that, never mind. I have a huge wedding that weekend. So, I can't volunteer for anything.
Yeah.
I was like, you could do a dollar trail, like all the dollars, people could take pictures of other dollars and number them and name them.
Yeah.
And do like a little balloon tower by everyone, and they can,
Yeah.
that would be cute.
Or we could do, that could be like something in the spring where there's nothing else. Because I remember the chamber did that one year, and it was like, how many dollars can you find or something?
Take a picture with.
Yeah, and my daughter got a gift card. She was pumped. We were like hopping out at McDonald's to take a picture real quick. Like, it was a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. All right, from me, Christmas trees, rock hunt, scarecrow, holiday kickoff, rock hunt. I think that's all is that everything I have? I think so. I do believe. Anyone else?
I have 3 things I want to talk about.
Okay.
1, can we get the 24-minute green spaces that are in front of Corsaro's painted over so that they're not 24-minute? I lose so many customers because they're looking at their watch. And finally I realized they're parked in the green spot. And then so the last one was about a week ago, and he says, I thought maybe he had an appointment because he kept looking at his watch and looking at his watch. And he says, no, I have to check on my car. It's parked in a 24-minute zone. And there's no reason to have it painted green. Nobody pays attention to the 2 green spaces in front of Model Drug because the paint is peeling. so they don't pay attention to that one. But this one, and it was done about 35 years ago, painted green, because the lady who owned the dress shop was mad at Bank of America because those people parked beside her building. They got 2 spaces, so she says, I'm gonna get 2 spaces. I said, then that's for Bank of America. And it was. Bank of America people used it to be, and so it actually hurts our business, because if they go to then move their car, they can't find a parking place. So they just leave town.
Okay,
I'll reach out to Public Works for that too.
okay. She's gonna reach out to Public Works and see what they can do.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And then, Lucia Day, the sound system, and it's still turned off, from Smith Street to Lincoln Street. There was, when we had the parade, we could not hear anything. Right back at the beginning of the parade, we could not even hear the national anthem. And the people in that block, once the color guard started going, everything should have been quiet and hats off. People were talking so loud because they couldn't hear it. And so the sound is still turned off. And so we need that fixed. And then the sound system for the announcer last year was just horrible. So that needs to be fixed. And then I just recently found out that Thousand Oaks Scandinavian Festival at Cal Lutheran is going to be on the same weekend as our Swedish festival. And they do, so we're losing LA people, because they'll go, price of gas and everything, they'll mostly go there. And we will lose our Able Skeever man that comes here. And we lose a couple other vendors that usually come here. But we're actually competing with an event that does a fabulous job on everything. Their event is so Scandinavian, nothing generic about it. And they have an Ole and Lena Olympics, and they have Dollar Horse croquet, which we copied from them. So we have Dollar Horse croquet. And so theirs is a 2-day event. And so I think we need to start doing some marketing early, really early, so people can think, I'd rather go to that cute, charming Swedish village than to go to that event. But see, our event is maybe 1/3. 1/3 of the event is Swedish. We have a lot of generic stuff. So we really have to.
I was just thinking about that too with the booth, with everyone gets a booth downtown. How does the booth situation work? They pay a fee and they get a booth? They apply for it? Is that how it works?
That whole event is run through the chamber.
What is the, anyone can get a booth? What is that? Anyone can?
Yeah, we have so many spots,
guidelines.
and there is just the one block here. It's supposed to be Swedish oriented.
That's what I'm wondering. I feel like it is getting very generic within that too. I'm wondering if somehow, I don't know if I have to come to the chamber to talk about this, obviously, but if we can somehow have all the booths, obviously they're not all Swedish, but there's an event in Clovis that goes on, and it's like, it has to be kind of 80% handmade. There could be something to do with Swedish or doll horses or something in
Kind of
there.
like at the Crayfish Festival where every dish has crayfish
Yeah,
in it.
and
Something.
then I feel like it kind of will keep it more local vendors maybe, and a little more artesian vibe. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm saying?
June, you're on that committee.
Do you get what I'm saying, June?
Yeah.
I feel like that part of it is getting very generic too.
You're going to really limit the number of vendors you're going to end up with. That's one of the reasons we allow
Everyone.
so much. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to.
But we want to keep
We
it
don't have-
something special as
Right.
well.
Right. We just don't have the draw
Okay.
in Kingsburg. That's the challenge.
It's not a bad idea of having each of those vendors attempt to incorporate Swedish in like a 10% requirement or something. So like we have a gal that's hand stitching things, she adds a dollar horse or a Viking or something that has a Swedish. I think that's a good discussion for the Swedish Festival Committee.
Come next Tuesday
There
morning,
you go.
7:00.
June, we'll get the word out. It's the same
Yep.
weekend every year. We'll get the word out early. It's a good idea.
So really, we should start pushing the marketing on this right now.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
2 months out.
yeah. Lindsborg, Kansas has something called Hillningsfest, and it's held in October. Lindsborg is a Swedish town.
Right.
And our dollar horses that are this tall come from Lindsborg. And they, months, probably 6-8 months ahead of time, they're giving little video clips on their social media about the coming event. They have theirs every 2 years. And so it's really a big deal for them, but they do the fabulous job of marketing. So this is something that we need to look at.
Okay, we can talk with Quinn about putting something out there now for Swedish Festival.
Well, just
Or San
remember that
Lucia.
it's a
No,
not
Swedish
the
Festival.
Swedish Festival?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Just
think
remember
right.
that as a chamber event.
Yes.
But we
So-
partner with
Yeah.
the chamber.
Right. So
Just
make
to
sure
s-
you
we
partner
can
with
add
the
that
chamber,
on
not
our
just
save the
start
date.
advertising things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just to
please.
save the date, right? Just
Yeah.
to save the date.
Yeah, just work with the chamber on it, and yeah, we appreciate.
Or how about the
anybody
chamber
who
puts the save the date out and we'll share it?
Yeah.
Speaking of partnering with the chamber, if we're truly going to do that, I'm just going to say this for my own. They really needed help at Crayfish, and
that was a joke.
I ended up staying and checking IDs for 5 hours for them, which I was happy to do. It's all great and good, but we need to find a little band of volunteers from us to like get in and help, because they were scrambling. They'd been there all day, and I know you guys were in your stores working and all that, and I don't have to be at my store working that day because I don't get anybody, but we need to like reach out to our bid members and encourage them to start helping with these things that hopefully they're going to profit from, and so that it's not falling on the same 5 people that they have. I know that's their job. I know they signed up to do that, but in the
It's 10
spirit
people.
of, but in
It's
the
12 people, but yeah,
yeah.
5 people.
yeah, but in the spirit of helping them, we need to like encourage our members to help with whatever is going on downtown.
I will kind of piggyback on that. That was one thing the chamber wanted to bring up, was when we were pushed, encouraged, told to do events downtown that benefit our merchants downtown, but our merchants don't participate. Either being
Wait, how do we not participate? That was
and
like
being-
one of my
being
busiest
open,
days
yes,
of the month.
But our membership of the bid downtown does not participate in putting on the event. Other than the
Like
existing
I
chamber
like being a
board.
chamber. I'm a chamber member,
Correct.
right? So that's a right? So what more would you want to see from the merchants besides we're open late, we're advertising the event on our own socials too to share with our audience. We're paying into the chamber as well as the bid. But what other ways could we participate or support the event?
It takes a lot of effort to put an event on.
Right, but what ways could we? Because I feel like I'm participating as a merchant. So what other ways could we participate?
Well, just I mean, being open during the event is great, but there's a lot of work before the event and after the event.
Okay.
That we could use help with. for
Like
sure.
physical labor, you're saying sign up for a
Physical
job.
work, yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and we can, and I know the chamber, and alone this, we can do a better job of getting that word out that we need that help.
Yeah, a sign up of volunteers would be great,
And-
so
and
we know
that's
where
one
to
of the
help.
things we're working on. So I just wanted to get it out there that we could really use some participation in as many ways as possible. Not just within, being open is very important. That's been a fight we've been having for years, of
Mm-hmm.
making sure that our merchants are open, but then also helping with the event itself.
The actual event.
And we're not just asking, we're not asking for money, we're asking for people, is what we're looking for.
Okay.
Because we have, I mean, when you think of the Swedish festival, there's probably 10,000 hours of labor that goes into Swedish Festival between everybody, so, and that tends to fall on the same group of people every
Just so
time.
you know, that within the chamber now, they log in on their volunteer hours.
Okay.
So you can go in and you can look and see how many hours each one of their board members has actually worked on that event. It's pretty darn eye-opening.
So maybe when
And I need
you're,
to log in for my hours.
when you're doing your volunteer sign up, let us know what we can do besides the day of, because it's open, it's a longer event, so I'm staffing a longer day, and so I don't have the ability to then leave my store because I've already staffed longer extra hours, extra shifts. So then to leave the store on an extra busy day
Sure.
to go volunteer. So if there's
No,
anything we can help
But
with the
even
day
if-
before or after.
Many hands make light work. So even if you could give 2 hours when they were setting up the
Got it.
table for the merch, or you could check IDs for an hour, or you could, after you've closed your store, come down and help them just stack up the chairs. Like an hour here and an hour there from everyone. Like, really, because like, it came down to the event and there was nobody to do this, and I said, all right, I'll do it. Craig took the van home, and I was gonna work one shift, but there was nobody to help take back, so
There
I
only
did it.
was one shift.
There was one shift.
So a sign-up sheet of shifts,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and we also have a very, the other part of our struggle is we have lots of people that say they'll be there to help and then they just never show
Yeah.
up. So
And
that's
it's
a struggle.
still us working on a communication
Yep.
between us all, you know. And going to chamber meetings really helps. I'll be there Tuesday. You know, it really helps, so you can hear what they're going, because guess what? They have the same struggles as we do.
Right.
I mean, it's the same meeting, different projects, you know. So,
And BID actually has more membership
Yeah.
than the chamber does,
yeah,
Because it's mandatory.
yeah,
because it's mandatory.
Because if it wasn't,
That
it wouldn't
helps.
be that way.
yeah.
So that was my report from the chamber,
Okay.
speaking of working
Yeah.
together on things, that
Yeah.
would be helpful. We do have street eats in Memorial Park, October 6th, Friday?
This Friday.
This Friday, yes. This Friday coming up. It's gonna be kind of a low-key one, it's just gonna be food vendors and I think a little bit of retail there, because that is a home game also that night.
It's homecoming.
And it's homecoming, yeah. So we're just gonna, our hope is that people will come eat and then go to the football game, to kind of help maybe alleviate some of the stress on the poor concession stand there.
Oh, they have full food vendors.
They'll
now.
have vendors in there too,
Yeah.
but just to
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that event take a lot of volunteer work, or
We,
is
for
that?
that one, we don't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Street Eats takes care of the entire thing. If we have a beer garden, we have to run the beer garden.
I see.
And we're not having one this week, so, yeah.
Veterans breakfast. Do you need help with that?
Probably not. I think we still have to figure out who's making the food, but usually the Lions Club does, so,
I heard they were.
yeah. I'll double check on that. I'll know more next week.
I know they're doing the pancakes.
Okay, perfect.
Then-
But I'll know more if we need help on Tuesday
All right.
next week, so, yeah.
Um,
And then one last
Yep.
question that I've been presented with several times because I'm not a retail vendor or a restaurant, and I'm just a messenger here. What does the bid do for people that don't do retail or restaurants?
We provide
What-
an opportunity to advertise your business and get involved with what is going on downtown.
Yeah, social media is a good example because Quinn is doing an excellent job of highlighting businesses outside of retail and restaurant. There's real estate on there, there's a grower on there, the fruit broker, so I think it also is a partnership thing where those businesses have to actually reply to those social media requests and jump in on it.
I had someone call and ask me, what exactly is this financial planning group? And I said, you should walk in there and talk with them. I said, it's a longtime local person that, they saw them through our webpage and through a couple other things, and they're like, but we don't see them. I've had a couple people ask me about different vendors, like insurance companies and wealth planning, and call me and ask me, okay, who are these people? So people are beginning to notice our non-retail members.
I think the other thing is the same old thing we've had for 3 years. It's hard to advertise or promote a business that doesn't have a social presence because that's not how their business operates. So they don't really need a Facebook or Instagram because they don't have, retail store or a restaurant for people to walk into. So how does the bid support them in their own way? They have to let us know how. Like, do they have services they want included in an email newsletter once a month? How do they want to be included if we can't promote them in a public setting like social media?
Same way with churches. I have encouraged KCC. They've been sending me their posts. I've been sending them to Quinn. All these churches within our district, they've got kids programs out the galore. Invite people to church on Sundays. And so KCC has started to push a little bit there so we can help support them in that way. I would love to see the service industry, more than you, get involved. I know everybody's booked. I know everybody whatever and whatever, but you know what? Clients come and go, know. Clients come and go. People are fickle. So,
The gym's really active on social, and so they've
Yeah,
been
the gym
included
is
a lot.
active.
I don't know if you consider that retail, but
But yeah.
yeah.
So you get it out of it what you put into it. That's a thing.
I think-
It's not our job. It's a partnering.
Right.
Yeah.
And
We're
we
just
would like to
asking
help them.
I
Yeah.
completely agree. We
I
have
think
the same
for-
struggle with the chamber, but I think the
How do
real
they
question
want
is,
to be supported?
beyond social media, what do we do?
We have events that they can piggyback off of. They can open for Crayfish Festival and have their doors open that the bid's promoting with the chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can
We
open
can
for
have-
holiday
they-
kickoff, that's a bid event. So they can be open that day if they want. They can have a sign outside. They can have a booth with flyers. They can participate in whatever way fits their business, but not if they don't want to, and not if we don't know how to support them.
Okay.
But yeah, other than social media, how else do they advertise their business? Because we'll meet them there.
And they
'Cause
could walk
they're
into
not
this
on
meeting.
social, we can't help them,
Oh,
you know?
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. They could
be
walk
sitting right
into
here
this
asking the
meeting.
same question.
Yeah.
Yeah. And say, how can we help you?
Yeah, so if they don't want to, they don't like the social media aspect of the bid support, just let us know what they do want from it. Well, how do they reach their customers?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say, like, for myself in my age, right, like at 27, where am I going to go look for my internet service? Not the newspaper,
No
not a
yellow
flyer,
pages, yeah.
not a pamphlet. I'm gonna go to Kingsburg downtown social media, and I'm gonna see who's a member, who they're following, and then I'm gonna see, like, what can I get, from there, and what can I do locally, and that's probably how I would come across your internet service. You
Right,
know
and
what I
word of
mean?
mouth.
Things like that.
And I think maybe some of the confusion that I hear from a lot of people is when it's called a business improvement district, all they see is marketing.
Well, that's,
I know that's improved it, right?
what
and I know
other way,
that's our mission.
if,
Business voted no.
I know.
I-
Right, and I understand that, but
I
there
would
just,
say
there's
that
a lot
it's
of
not
people-
just marketing. I would say we've also done things to try to develop the businesses, like having, not a lot, but having a couple of these little workshops, or encouraging like the Fika Friday where people stay open and people can come into their buildings. Like, it's not just marketing, but of course, that's what you're gonna see the most of, because that is the emphasis, because how do you grow your business if no one knows about you?
Right, and I think, I'm playing devil's advocate here with the feedback I've been receiving. There's a lot of this, and we have the same struggle at the chamber, right? Where there is a lot of things we do. People just don't know we do it.
Right.
Totally.
And that's on us for not letting them know we do it.
What kind of
Yeah.
service industry generically are you talking about? Like what the people are speaking up about? Are they in, insurance, or they're not in retail or restaurant? What are they looking at?
I'm hearing it from insurance, from banks. Like a bank isn't gonna really
Yeah.
benefit from bid,
Why not?
because they already have their customers.
Well, then why are they mad?
Yeah.
And we want to help them.
that's
They don't
just
want us
the-
to
that's
help
the thing
them.
I'm getting, like, West America Bank, for instance, doesn't need to advertise in social media. That's not where they're going to do their advertising, I think is kind of the feedback that I get. And you're gonna have, you have some of those organizations that are downtown, trying to think of a good example. The library.
So if they
I mean,
don't
if they have
want
a
to,
bench-
so how you're saying
Oh, they
like,
don't pay? Okay.
so West America, for example, they don't need to grow their customer base, then what, they shouldn't be worried about the business improvement part if they're capped out, right?
But they're paying for it. So what are they getting out of it?
They don't want to get anything out of it because they're maxed out, you're saying?
Well, no. That's, business improvement isn't just customers.
Right, which is why we're trying to have the workshops,
Yeah.
have the police department come in and improve everyone's quality of business.
Right. And I think that's the concern that people are bringing, is that they really want it to not just appear to be an ad agency.
Yeah?
Well, I think what we're doing is more than that, though. I think we can all agree what we are trying to do here is we are trying to bring people and traffic and into Kingsburg. We're this little town. We want to be known. We want our events to be beautiful. We want our downtown to be beautiful. We're thinking of ways, what can we do more downtown, you know? And so creating that traffic is going to, you know, in downtown, it's going to create more business for West America. If we don't create that traffic and we
Right.
don't
I'm just
want
using them as
people
an
to
example.
come.
Yeah,
totally.
for sure.
I
Just to
do
play
know.
out there.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say, if you look at our social media, in my personal opinion, it's much more than an advertising agency because there's a ton of history being given right now. Quinn's, that's one of his facets, right? So we're learning a lot about Kingsburg that I didn't know about, and I've not been here forever, but I feel like the education of the community is happening on social media as well.
Sure.
So if you're not plugged in and you don't want to look because your viewpoint is I don't need to be on social, you're going to miss some of that. And there's no other way to reach people besides once a month newsletter, a meeting that you come to in person, and events we hold a couple times a year. Like, what else can we do, you know?
I feel like the events are helping us a lot. If you
Yeah.
go to a downtown that doesn't have a bid and they don't do events and they don't do what we do, you know, they definitely have lower traffic.
Yeah.
And so a bank or an insurance company or anything like that is going to have less customers, lower traffic. Who wants to go to a downtown that's not popping, basically, you know, and do
vibrant.
their business there? I don't necessarily want to go to Reedley. I'd rather come to Kingsburg.
That's a good example. Yeah.
don't
I
know.
guess maybe when you have those people that aren't restaurant or retail and they have that question, our question back would be, how do they want to be supported?
Yeah.
And that's always what I ask them.
Okay.
What can we do for you?
Yeah,
Like,
what do you want to see
What are
us
you
do?
expecting from
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
You don't, nobody makes $1 million without working for it.
Right.
I mean, you know.
Correct.
And it doesn't happen
So,
overnight.
and so, you know, they're all working, and we're just another tool that they could utilize or not utilize. But if they ask, and we don't, it's not our job to make them more prosperous or whatever, but they need to partner with us to say, what can we do for you? You know, well, you know, Les, I need A, B, and C. All right, let's start with A.
Yeah. And they don't have to be on social media to appear on ours either, by the way.
No.
Like, he can make a video for anyone
Yeah.
in the bid. And
Yeah.
if they don't want to increase their customer base, maybe they can just reach the customers they already have
Yeah,
and give them some education they didn't already know.
right. You know, accountants, hey, it's April 1st, have you seen me?
Right.
Hey, you know.
By the way, I need your stuff.
By the way, yeah,
Or
you
it's gonna
know,
be late.
you know, tax tips throughout the year. Have you guys, do you remember that you could file this for your kids? Have you remembered this, you know?
But
There's
it's
like a
also-
million things that they could just slip
Yeah.
out there.
And it does feel like a somewhat of an unwinnable game because a couple
Oh, it
years
is.
ago it was we weren't promoting businesses, and now we're called an ad agency.
Uh-huh.
So what do you want, you know?
Right, and I think maybe, let's be honest here with, I'm trying to think how to word this. If you go, I'm trying to think of an example. Let's go with this. If you go to Jiffy Lube to get your oil changed, and you pay $50 for your oil change, you're not expecting to have to go back there and tell the mechanic how to change your oil. And I think that's kind of the feedback that I'm getting to some extent. And again, we have the same issue in the chamber. is if I'm paying into, if me as business owner pays into something that's supposed to be doing something for me, why is it now my responsibility to tell them how to do their job that I'm paying for?
Because if I did it this way, you wouldn't be happy because it wasn't detailed to
Because
them.
at Jiffy Lube, there's a list of things that have to
little
be checked
feedback.
off before you
When
leave.
you build a
Right.
house, when you
we
build
don't
a
have
house, you get to
that.
pick out the tile, you get to pick out the tub, you get to pick out the paint on the outside.
Yeah, we're blessed with a very diverse group of businesses downtown, and you cannot possibly cater to all of them at every moment.
When
So
somebody
we
calls
can't
to order
read their
flowers,
minds.
she does not like baby's breath.
It-
Duly
yeah.
noted.
If they're disappointed with the way that they are being represented or lack thereof, they should speak up and help us understand that, because there are a lot of businesses that are very satisfied with their bid membership. So, what are we
Yeah.
gonna do?
And that's really all I wanted to do with this conversation. I don't want to take too much time. I'm sorry, I know we got derailed on it.
No, I
but
think this is a good conversation.
I really wanted it to be in the public meeting, that we're putting it out there that we want to help you, but we want some help with how we help you.
Yes, if you
We
don't.
don't want to
Because we
waste your
don't-
time and frustrate you further.
Yeah.
We
Right,
want to
because
do
we
the
don't
best
know-
job we can for you.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
actually
under-
want to make everyone happy. It's going to be a
Right.
difficult challenge, but that is the goal: is to every business to feel
Right.
supported, included, and growing.
There's only so many of us, and we only know what we know,
Yes,
and we don't understand everybody's business.
right,
That,
right.
and I don't think that's reasonable to expect us to. So come to us, come to these meetings, and explain how we can help.
Yeah, because Jiffy
Yeah.
Lube also can't service every single vehicle out there, So and they're going to do their best,
Right.
but when you leave and expect them to do the job, you have to understand that example is perfect, because we can't cater to every possible type of business without knowing what they need.
Yeah, when you go to Jiffy Lube to get an oil change, you still have to tell them you want an oil change.
Yeah, and they're not
what
gonna
kind of
work on
oil
your
you need,
bicycle, so.
Right, there's some extent to it that you gotta do.
Yeah.
You gotta be involved in the process.
Yes.
I'm going to make this statement, and this can be on public record. This grew much quicker than I really wanted it to. This became a much more public entity than I initially wanted it to. But here we are. The council felt that they were leading us to our best possible outcome. So we took on this challenge. Yep, I argued that maybe we shouldn't double somebody's business license to begin with. Let's ease people into it. The council trusted the process and the many experts that we hired to do this, and they set forth the best plan for us to go forward. There's not a day that goes by that I don't worry about the $40-some-odd thousand that people have invested into this program. And then if I'm truly doing the best job for this community, every single person that sits here, it probably sits with them 4 or 5 times a week. Are we doing the best that we can for them? We will continue to do the very best that we can for them. Work with us. Don't complain about us. Work with us. And we can do the best that we can do. And if anybody has these problems, come sit in these nice green chairs and let's talk it out.
Yeah, and also.
So, and I know every single one of us on this board feels exactly the same way. We're the first board, it's new, people don't like change, and we are brave enough to take it on.
But you can reflect back to this time a year ago, and so much has changed and happened. So even
Yep.
if it's slow progress, we're
It is
making some
slow
progress.
progress.
And I would say I'm proud of where this board is.
Yep.
And if people are disappointed in it, I hope that they can share some constructive feedback so that we can guide us through to the next year.
Yep,
Agreed.
Or volunteer their time for
Yeah.
events.
Please.
yeah, get on board and help, yeah. Thank you, Reggie. We're not blind. We hear this all the time. People come into my store and stand for 30 minutes at a time and complain about parking and complain about their bid bill and all that. And I'm standing there trying to work as fast as I can to make my living. We're not blind to people being unhappy. But
And I think that's the struggle you're always gonna face. You're always gonna hear you're always gonna hear the negative feedback. You very rarely get the positive feedback.
yeah,
That's
and I
just
will
how it
tell,
is.
and when they're standing there telling me, I know that there are members in this downtown district that pay significantly higher rate to be in this than others. But yet we work very hard to represent everyone who wants to be represented equally.
Yeah.
So come on down and let's talk about it and work it out. Sorry. No, you're good. It needs to be touched on every now and then so that they know that we know where they are at. We know what's going on within the people in our district, and we know what we need to do. So, okay, anybody else? We've hashed it out, so we're gonna work on, Amanda, you have a save the date, you're gonna work with Quinn. You saw the flyer that he had?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna just move a little bit of that off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can work with that. Reggie's gonna let us know if he needs help with Veterans Day. Trees are gonna go out by the 10th. You girls brainstorm, send me a couple ideas of what you want. I'll look through wholesale and see what I can find you. Holiday kickoff, we're gonna kind of brainstorm on a photo op thing. Maybe the photo op thing is the trolley.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sure. I like that.
Take a ride on the trolley and we,
Yeah, I like that. Let's do that.
and we can like put if they'll let us, we could put Christmas swag
think we
across
did
the
that in
back,
the back. And then
artificial and.
I don't remember if we've done it, but we've talked about putting a flyer inside it that says like scan me to follow the bid on social.
She made those last year. I still have mine.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, the QR code.
Yeah.
That would be kind of fun, a rolling, and then we can put that backdrop up somewhere.
Yeah.
Welcome downtown next to a dollar horse or something.
First year we had it, we decorated the sides also, we just used like the command strip
Uh-huh.
hooks. So there's possibly someone's not gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay.
And next meeting would be November
First, or 7th.
7th?
I will be gone.
Okay.
Wait, but we have other business, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'll keep it real quick. Well, yeah, I mean, just first off, like, I'm glad that we're hearing that there's some contention because that shows that it's working. Like any press is good press to a degree. We got our first sort of banterish negative comment on social media the other day saying, like, why don't we have more Swedish flags? I posted a picture of an American flag. And I said, well, while we are Swedish, we're American first. So for me, that was like a monumental moment. Like, all right, cool. People are noticing this stuff. And so that's good. And just going on, I mean, that whole conversation about, the retail businesses versus banks and, CPAs, that's something that I've been trying to figure out how to advertise. And the way I've been sort of processing it is they don't need to do, at a base level, they don't need to do anything because a rising tide lifts all boats, right? So Kingsburg today is better than it was 10 years ago. There's more people coming, there's more traffic, you have bigger events. They didn't have to do anything for the most part, but because organizations like the BID are here and promoting these other businesses, you're getting more traffic. So at a base level, they just need to sit tight and relax. And if June Hess's videos are doing well online and getting, I think the last one was almost 8,000 views and 93 shares, that's more attention towards Kingsburg, more eyes, more traffic that they're seeing when they come downtown. So yeah, while I'm going to continue to talk about Kingsburg Insurance and RPS Real Estate and all these other businesses, I think in the end, just hang tight and it's going to work out. June, how did you get how many free honey sticks did you give away?
I didn't count, but there were a lot.
So it's stuff like that. You talk about like the behind the scenes stuff that you guys do that doesn't get noticed. Steve and you taking care of these Christmas trees. No one knows about that. And for us, it's the same thing. It's like things are working, but not everyone's going to know about that. So that one little clip that we did for June, clearly people are going into her store and there's some lead generation going on there. People are buying her products. And we're not going to be able to highlight that in every business because it's hard to quantify all those variables and numbers. But it's just trusting the process, and naturally there's some concerns with everything.
It doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, to keep things short, things are moving. They're going along. The Crayfish Festival is awesome. It's good working in conjunction with the chamber. I want to do a better job of working with whoever's doing your social media to sort of coordinate things, because the graphics. I would love to help on the graphics to some extent. And then I also want to communicate with you. If I'm making something, you guys need to know about that too. So, I'll take responsibility on that. We see a lot of progress, or a lot of follower and engagement growth on the days preceding, during, and then after these big events. And the live coverage seems to be working really well, going out, taking videos, posting them on the channel. So for future events, if you guys send me stuff, like DM me that day, then I can share them to get that extra angle. If you want to scroll down just to the numbers, I think, that top page right there. So we're averaging about 100 new followers every month just on Instagram. So hopefully in 3 months we'll be at that 3,000 mark, which would be pretty cool. We continue to do the collaboration reels, which are really great, and that's a good way to get other businesses involved too. So you'll see more of those coming. But that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys have any questions.
No, I love what you're doing.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm glad someone's saying it's an ad agency. I feel great. I'm really doing my job. But and please, any comments, feel free to email me, text me. I'm glad to give out my number to whomever. So just give me a right of correction if you feel like you need it. But you know where I am. So cool.
No, thank you.
And
I
just
like
a
those
public,
stats, those are good.
a public statement that every business is welcome to approach him as well to have a video done. There's no waiting to be invited to make a video. He's open to everyone to make a spotlight highlight in due time. But everyone will eventually be covered, like our whole goal was.
I think we have 170 something businesses. So if I'm doing highlighting one business a week right now, it may take a little bit, but we'll get there. So the way to make up for that is by businesses giving me content. Get to everyone. So
Any other business? Yes.
Member Sarkeesian's not here today, but he asked me, we were just talking about your guys' appointments. In the code, it's for 1 year, so it's coming up again in November. So just a heads up, I'll let you guys know if you want to reapply to be a board member again. That time's in November. And if there is a vacancy on the board, I'll just put it out there to the businesses listening online that there might be an opportunity to apply. So maybe if they have, they think that their ideas might be beneficial, that they could apply to be a board member. So it's an annual thing every November.
Do we have to do the whole application again, or we just say we're still in?
The whole application, but you can
Okay.
just save it as a PDF.
I
and
should have.
just
Yeah,
change
no.
the date each year if you want. It's not too long of the application.
No, it's not. I just, for
But
clarification.
yes, because it
Make
goes
sure I
to
don't forget.
council for appointment.
Okay.
No, I'll let you guys know.
I don't know if today's the best day to recruit.
Yeah.
Or it might be, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Anything else? I may have forgotten something, but I'll email y'all. Okay, so next meeting will be November 7th and 8 o'clock, right here. I'm sorry. No, you're fine.
We're working with our city attorney to do a workshop for the Brown Act and other, I think it
Robert's
was also
rules.
regarding public hearings and stuff, but last year, or we did 2 years or last year, I can't remember, we included the bid, because you guys, you are at the next level because you're able to enter contracts and, spend city money without it going to council first. So if you guys are interested, I'll include you in the workshop also.
When is it?
The planning commission meeting is the second Thursday, so it would be scheduled for November 9th, and I believe they meet at 6 p.m.
Okay.
It's a good training to remind us what the different rules are and what
Yeah.
serial meetings and text messages and things and stuff.
Yeah, it's a good thing to remind yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Party on.
All right. See you guys. And we adjourned at 9, what is it, 7? 9:07. Oh, that's not bad.
No, you're-
guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Refresh,
Do
just refresh the page.
Okay. I think we're still on, you guys. Okay, take care.
Did you do the camp? Oh, you did webcam.
I don't know. I've had so much going on. What do you need?
Same thing we did for the.
You want to just do it?
I just needed it, well, yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
We did that the last time.
Just do it.